Everybody trying to change my ways, but I live just to see you break. I'm a sucker for adrenaline, every villain is. You take the high road, I'll take the low. Everyone lies cause everyone knows. Feels good to be, feels good.
Oh, it's been a long journey so far. We're packed up, ready to go to the last destination, which is Greenland, going after number 43, last one in the waterfall slam, King Eider. I have to admit, it's been quite a challenge to get to this point. The last destination, wasn't sure if it was gonna happen or not, but we heard a couple weeks ago that we were granted a special permit to get past the COVID restrictions to get into Greenland. Now, what that entails is quite a lot. So we had to get a special PCR test within 72 hours of taking off, which I've already got the results back and I'm negative. Now, tomorrow morning before we leave from the airport, we have to get a rapid test. That rapid test also has to come clean. Now, there are no flights going into Greenland for US citizens right now. What that means, we've got to take a private plane to get there. Again, another ordeal. Once we land into Kangerlussuaq, Greenland, we're going to be met by the police who are going to escort us to a hotel in Kangerlussuaq to where we have to stay in there for 5 days in quarantine. We cannot leave our room. Can't even leave the room to go outside. So we'll be in the room for 5 days, eating room service. Been saving a bunch of stuff to do to get caught up, basically. After that 5 days, we then go and get tested. If that test comes back clean for everybody, we're allowed to leave, at which point we'll fly from Kangerlussuaq to Nuuk, Greenland. From Nuuk is where we're gonna go, and we're gonna hunt King Eiders. Again, so we're looking at 5-6 days before we even get to hunt, but going after number 43, Last Bird, definitely gonna be worth it. Can't wait to get this adventure started.
We came to fight.
What do we got, Mark?
Oh, we're getting loaded up and we're finally off to Greenland. Only way to get there with the COVID restrictions was to fly on a private plane, so that's what we're doing, loading it up to the top and getting in, and then 5 days of quarantine.
Good news is there should be lots of Eiders. Lots, both commons and kings. Second piece of good news is it's legal to shoot seagulls.
Seagulls.
Seagulls. And lots of them.
All right.
Bad news is...
we know that's going to happen.
Yeah. Bad news is longtail season closed February 20th.
I can live with that.
Yeah, so we're
well,
just...
Puffin seasons.
Oh, that's the other piece of bad news. Puffins are further south.
Give me more detail on the seagull talk.
There's a lot of seagulls, and that, I mean, they hunt seagulls like you and I go out and hunt greenheads.
They eat seagulls?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
What's the spread? Like a couple McDonald's boxes?
Yeah,
What's the
I'm
spread?
guessing nearest parking lot is always a hotbed. Nearest Walmart.
Fun and made a good shot on him.
Just like we promised, we came to fight, yeah.
Number 39 and number 40. It's right one dead. Number 42 of 43.
What's going through your head right now? About to land in Greenland for the 43rd species.
43rd species, I could say the level of excitement right now is up there. We got one more hurdle, and that's just clearing customs when we get here. Again, special clearance to get here. So get past that, get in that hotel room, I'm gonna feel a heck of a lot better. But just seeing it come across right now, it's even better than what I pictured. I mean, it's just gorgeous coming in. You can see where there are gonna be sea ducks all over the place. 2 King Eiders, just need one.
We'll be remembered for this. To tell our stories of battles in glory. to hide.
There's Frank right there.
Was it? Nothing will stop us.
Actually, you are the first guys who were able to get in here. I talked to the police there. He said,
You and I pulled this off.
"Yeah, nobody."
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Crazy. We're the first non-native Greenland people. Perfect. To enter Greenland since COVID started. We pulled this off.
Jameson? Yep.
Jameson. Number 3106.
Thank you.
Justin Beck. 3.
Yep.
Here you are.
Thank you.
That's it. We're done.
Okay, that's it. We're done. Welcome to Greenland.
All right, see you in 5 days.
Oh, buddy.
Thank you.
That was uneventful. He says thank you.
That's how you do it, Jameson.
Heading back to the room here, got our test, get results back. We were told at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. So one more day in quarantine and then some time in Kangerlussuaq tomorrow and then off to Nook and finally hunting on Saturday morning. Quarantine getting to me. Well, we're finally out of quarantine. It's been interesting hearing everybody's stories of what they've been doing. Odd. It's extremely odd. But we're out. We're going to catch a flight this afternoon down to Nook, and that's the town that we're going to be hunting out of. The weather's been switching around the last couple of days. It looks like it's going to be really windy tomorrow morning, so we're going to stay back. We're going to head out about 10 a.m., sitting at 42 or 43. It's been a long process, not just to get into Greenland to hunt for a king eider. It's been a long season altogether. So close to being able to go out and hunt for a king tomorrow morning. The weather holds up, we'll be out there. It's kind of a bittersweet moment. It's been a long ride. You can almost see the end of it right now. I can't wait to get out and actually see what a mature king looks like tomorrow morning. Matt, tell us about the experience that's going on right now.
We made it to Nook. Step 74 is complete. I'll make the second trip.
We made it.
Sure. Or do you want cameraman one guy?
Hey guys, how you doing?
What's crazy is their airstrip is longer than the airstrip.
You have passport number?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
They are extending it here.
Well, just made it into the town of Nook from Kangerlussuaq. Smooth travel via air Greenland. Quick look at the room here. And this room's a lot like the town. It's a heck of a lot more modern than Kangerlussuaq was. Looking out the window here. I mean, look at those colors. That is awesome. So there's about 19,000 people that live in Nook, the town we're in right now. Total population of Greenland is about 50,000. So obviously this is the capital city, highest populated city in Greenland. I'm excited to be here. We're gonna go out, take a look at the streets, walk around a little bit tonight, but what I'm really excited for, tomorrow morning, after all this travel, after everything that started from October 15th to take me to right now, 42 of the 43, tomorrow morning, we're gonna go out and go after king eiders. Nervous and excited at the same time. I'm excited. Throwing on the Cabela's 3-in-1 Parka right here. Been a ton of work that's come in to get into this point right here, sitting in a boat in Greenland. I mean, we'll show a little bit, but it doesn't tell the stress that Matt was under getting us here through all the permits and everything, working with Frank. I can say I've been in the field a lot this year. I haven't been this nervous yet. I just got knots in my stomach right now. There's a lot going on.
Why?
There he is. He's floating belly up. Thanks, sir. Thank you.
Woo! Are you kidding me? Fantastic!
Oh man.
Oh my
There's been a
God.
lot of work that's gone into this bird right here. Just this one, about a month and a half, just to get here. Oh my goodness. And he's way cooler than I thought. Struggling with words. What this one is. Number 43, 6 months, over 110 days on the road, 3 countries, 9 states. Waterfall slam, and to top it off with a king eider in Greenland. I can't make that up, what just went into this whole thing right here. And pictures don't do this thing justice. It is just a magnificent bird.
Hey,
That right there.
that's the last one, buddy.
straight out in front of the boat. King.
I'm on. Just whenever you want to.
Thanks, sir. Second king eider of the day. Just as awesome as the first one. And where we're hunting right here, Cook Islands off of Nook, Greenland. 700 different pop-up islands right here, and it seems like every time we cruise around, there's another group of either kings or commons. They're just all over the place, just gorgeous. Well, we're just pulling back into the dock here in the town of Nook. An amazing day. 2 kings, completed the waterfall slam in a single season. Right here, added a common eider. Also the first time ever filmed eider hunting in Greenland. I mean, just saying it out loud actually sounds stupid. It's an amazing day. We're gonna be back at it the next couple of days. Gonna try a couple different hunt methods than what we did today. We did a lot of drifting today. Really just wanted to get this king in hand. Now we're gonna be setting up on the shore and so forth moving forward. But again, can't beat that.
There should be one that's not attached, maybe in the back.
Well, this would be a first here. Got spinner decoys that we're gonna string out here. Never been used in Greenland before. This is actually a bluebill. Matt went through and painted these while we were in quarantine. Make it look as much like an eider as he could. But black and white seems to be the thing. Hopefully get a little motion. We're set up in a bay right here. Hopefully they see these wings going, come right in. Thank you. You just putting one out, Matt? Put them both out. Do it right.
There she goes.
Fly away.
First spinner.
Well, we just got everything set up. Weather's nasty today. It's windy, snowy, cold. So it's too much to go out in the boat to go where the kings are. So we decided to stay in the bay here. We've got a string of decoys out. We've got 2 spinners. We're trying to be the first ever to shoot eiders off using spinners here in Greenland. So that's the set. Again, it's nasty. Opens up into a big bay here. There's a back channel over here. So our thought is that we're gonna get birds coming in and out. We've only been set up for a couple of minutes. Already had some eiders coming. There goes one right there. They're already sailing this side here, so we're just waiting for some to bank into the right and should be game on. Set we've got in front of us actually spun one of those right back off towards us. Boom! This spot worked out awesome. Matt stayed back right there. I came out to the point, and then when we had the birds coming, we had them covered from both sides. We got into a bunch of common eiders right here.
definitely noticed that the wind and waves started to pick up. So we're gonna get this line picked up, get back in the boat, see what the weather's gonna do the rest of the day. But this was a spot, I mean, we hammered the eiders right here. Never been hunted on this point before. I love if these waves kept down and we just go find another one like this and hunt there for a couple hours. A bunch of birds here that have never been hunted before. It's been awesome watching them work these decoys. Well, when we got picked up, Captain confirmed that the weather was getting a lot nastier, so we decided to get loaded up and head back into shore. So we're just pulling back in right now. Didn't want to get out there while it was too dangerous. Be back at it tomorrow.
Yeah. Frozen solid. Yeah. So we'll put it in the boat.
Give me a rundown. What do we got going here?
Well, there's just so many dotted islands that, I mean, we're just trying to play the wind and trying to be out, you know, on one of the leading edges as the birds trade back and forth. They've been going up and down, so we're trying to get this line of decoys, which it's going slowly but surely.
Hey man, how many birds have you seen since we pulled up?
Oh man, I mean, there's hundreds over there, and there's hundreds over there, and there's hundreds. It's just, yeah.
Scale of 1 to 10, the excitement level.
Yeah, I just want to get set. Get set and get it rolling.
He's excited. I'm shaking because we're minutes away from having this set up ready and rocking and rolling. Finally got great weather to be able to come out here. Just a light wind today. There's no whitecaps on the water. Once birds start flying, they should be bouncing all over. Hopefully they see this decoy spread and the spinners come right in. A king on shore will be the way to top this trip off to Greenland. I can go time now. Badass shooting right there. Great. Feeling it now. Missed the drake. Now I'm pissed. Oh.
Ooh, indoors, man.
Huh.
Left, coming left, hard left.
Frank came back, we're just getting our first pickup. We're gonna stay sitting here for a little bit more. There just seems to be a lot of action, these birds bouncing around in here right now. Oh yeah, definitely a gorgeous drake. Pick this one to the left. Left, Matt, coming tight left. It was a pretty productive sit right here. We're gonna get everything packed up. We're gonna bounce even farther to the north here, do a couple more sets today. Didn't have any kings come into this spot, but a bunch of commons, so we're just gonna keep pushing it and see where they're at.
Yep.
Well, we keep continuing to push farther west and west with our set. We just got the line out here. We're pretty darn close to where the ocean just opens up. The chain of Cooks runs right here. There's just a few more pop-ups. And what we've been doing, we've been scouting, and we'll see a group of kings, 6 to 8, and then it'll be a while before we see another one.
We're just trying to find one of those pockets that they've been hanging in. Saw a group not too far over there. We saw a group not too far over there, so we're hoping we're smack dab in the center of them. And it seems like the farther we get out to open water, the more kings there are. So we're gonna try this one. Set up not a very big little spigot here, covered in ice, so it's really slippery, but got the decoys out. We're gonna hunker in here, see if we can't get something to fly by.
Those are kings. There's kings right there.
Yeah.
2 drakes, 2 hens.
Oh, baby.
Mother. Mark from your right, really
Straight
close
forward,
to-
no, straight forward, off the line.
Written in stone upon tablets to fade away. We will remain.
Another one coming off the deck. Those birds just got up. I can see some drakes.
Oh, look what we done. The wars we won. We rise like the sun, but don't go down. I want it all. I want it all. So long live the king. Long live the end.
Well, we haven't been set up very long. Had some commoniters come right in, and we've had 2 groups of kings just skirting the tail of the decoys. So we're definitely in the right spot. I think we've seen a total of 8 kings so far right here, just waiting for someone to get in range.
Sound as it moves through the crowd, saying, King, King, King. Long live the kingdoms of fire.
Watch these 2 drakes.
Dump them.
In stars like a sign of glory to come. Glory to come.
Pretty productive sit. Got into a bunch of commoniters. Had a couple close calls with kings. It is chilly out here, so we're gonna get in the cab, warm up a little bit. And I think we've got one more sit left in us today.
I want it all. I want it all.
You have too much cover from the back.
Long live the empire. Yeah, I wear the crown to the world.
We just got everything set. This is our last set for the day. We're gonna tuck against this wall and just see what kind of birds fly. Oh, we got one coming right up right now.
As it moves through the crowd, say,
So this set seems to work pretty darn good. We're gonna get settled in here, see if we can't get a king.
long live the I know you've heard all the stories about me. Sometimes a legend is hard to believe.
King, right there
I'll
off the
show
shore.
you just how true they can be. Let's raise a glass to the king. Long live the king. Long live the empire. Yeah, I wear the
King out front.
Right here.
Matt, Matt.
This is my empire. I live for the sound as it moves through the crowd. Say, King, King, King. Long live the King, King, King. Long live the
Wind's picking up. Storm
Long
coming
live
in.
the king.
Well, getting the pickup right here. This was definitely worth the set. It's crazy windy. Storm was coming in. Ended up with 2 kings and a bunch of drake eiders. This is just one of those things where there's this little bay comes out of this channel right here, and it just worked today. We're gonna be back in the same area tomorrow, our last day in Greenland. These 2 right here, this is what we came for. Kings off the side of the rocks in Greenland. Here we go on 3. Ready? 1, 2. All right, I got it. Huh. Well, we just got set up on a nice little point, same area we were yesterday. This is the last day we're here in Greenland, and it has been an amazing trip. A lot of firsts on this trip. First to complete the waterfall slam in a single season.
First to get a king eider on film in Greenland, first to get a king eider off a spinner decoy in Greenland. It's been an amazing experience. I can say I wish I didn't have to do the quarantine to start, but got some wind here last day. Hoping for another king or two, get some commons. Good way to wrap up an amazing trip.
It's difficult to put into words what it felt like to finally have the king in my hands. For months leading up to the start of this journey, and for over 5 months that I was on it, I had often wondered if I would ever get to this point. I'll be honest and say that there have been more obstacles along the way than I would like to admit. But there was never a time where I thought about pulling the plug. That's just not who I am. Walter Elliott said that perseverance is not a long race, but it's many short races that come one after another. This quest consisted of 13 hunt locations made up of 9 states and 3 countries, all of which I can equate to having been on one of those races that led me here to hold this last and final trophy, the King Eider.
I was on the point and I decided to take a little walk over here, and whereas I did, a pair of commons came and I dropped the drakes right over here. I thought I could get to it, but I'm gonna have to get the boat to come in to snag it. And I think that was how we're gonna end it here in Greenland. We're gonna pack up, head into shore. Got to sort our birds out and get ready to fly back home, but gotta make sure they're all frozen, labeled, and everything. An amazing time here. Awesome place. It's cold, it's wet, it's windy, but they're kings and there are a ton of common eiders here. It's just been an awesome way to complete the waterfall slam.